Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Al Munir High School e-learning system. This is chemistry lecture for class 10 and unit number is 10, which is about acid, base and salts. This is the title of page of your chemistry book for class 10. Today our topic is about the indicators. What are the indicators? Indicators are the organic compounds. They have different colors in acidic and basic solutions. Litmus is a common indicator. It is red in acidic solution and blue in alkaline solution. So basically indicators are the organic compounds which give different colors in acid and base solutions. Look at the methyl orange, litmus, phenylphthalein. Each indicator has a specific color in acidic medium which change at a specific pH to another color in basic medium. For example, look at the phenylphthalein is a colorless in strongly acidic solution and it is of red color in strongly alkaline base solution. It changes color at pH about 9. This means phenylphthalein is colorless in a solution with pH less than 9. If the pH is above 9, phenylphthalein is red. So basically indicators are organic compounds which gives different colors of acid and base solution. Here we have the table 10.3. It is showing a few commonly used indicators. Methyl orange स्ट्रॉन्गली एसिडिक सोल्यूशन में रेड कलर शो करता है, इसकी पीएच में 4 पे कलर चेंज होना स्टार्ट होता है और स्ट्रॉन्गली अल्कलाइन बेस सोल्यूशन के अंदर येलो कलर देता है. लिटमस गिव्स रेड कलर इन स्ट्रॉन्गली एसिडिक सोल्यूशन. इट्स कलर स्टार्ट चेंजिंग एट द पीएच ऑफ 7 and in strongly alkaline solution it gives blue color. And I told you about the phenylphthalein. Varying of pH of a solution, we have two indicators. One is universal indicator. Some indicators are used as mixtures. The mixture indicator gives different colors at different pH values. Hence it is used to measure the pH of a solution. Such a mixed indicator is called universal indicator. So here we have the colors of universal indicator. At pH 1 it gives this color, at pH 2, 3, 4, 5 until 14 it gives different colors. So it is a universal indicator. Next we have the pH meter. It is a device which tells us about the pH of a solution. So pH can be measured with the help of this device. This device consists of pH electrode. Here we have the pH. This is the pH electrode connected to the meter. Here we have the meter. Look at your books. Here we have the meter which shows the pH. The electrode is dipped into the solution of the meter, shows the pH either on a scale or digitally. So here we will put this electrode in a solution and on the screen it tells about the solution, that whether it is acid or base. So it tells the pH of a solution on the scale or digitally. It is much more reliable and accurate method for measuring the pH than universal indicator. Next we have some problems through which we can find the pH value. Here we have the hydrochloric acid. I told you earlier about this. You can easily measure the hydrochloric acid of 0.01 moles. Here we have the formula, pH is equal to minus log. Just by putting the value we will get the pH. Same like problem number 10.3. Here we have pH and pOH of KOH solution which is 0.001 moles. Next we have the same problem on 10.4. Look at the page number 38. Here we have the interesting fact that analytical chemists examine substances qualitatively and quantitatively. They identify substances and evaluate their properties. So analytical chemists examine substances according to their quality and quantity. They have a wide area for working ranging from basic research in laboratories. Our next very important topic is about the salts. What are the salts? Salts are ionic compounds generally formed by the neutralization of an acid with a base. So I told you in the properties of acids that we have the neutralization process, neutralization reaction in which acid reacts with base to form the salt. Salts are made up of positive ions, cations and negative ions. Anions, a cation is metallic ion derived from base, therefore it is called basic radical, while anion is derived from acid, therefore it is called acid radical. A salt gets its name from its names of metals. For example, sodium reacts with hydrochloric acid to form sodium hydroxide. Potassium reacts with nitric acid to form potassium nitrite. Zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate. So you must have to remember all these formulas of metals, acids and salt name. We will use all these formulas in upcoming chemical reactions. Next we have some characteristics of salts. Salts are ionic compounds found in crystalline form. Salts crystalline form में पाए जाते हैं, ionic compounds हैं, उनके melting और boiling points भी high होते हैं. Next on page number 39, most of the salts contain water of crystallization which is responsible for the shape of the crystals. ज़्यादातर salts water of crystallization बनाते हैं जो उसकी shape के जिम्मेदार हैं. Number of molecules of water are specified for each salt. हर salt के लिए जो molecules हैं उनकी तादाद water के वो specified है, that is different for different salts. And they are written with the chemical formula of a salt. For example, copper sulfate CuSO4 is the salt, and here we have the specific molecules of water. Calcium sulfate, this is also a salt, and here we have the specific molecules of water. Salts are neutral compounds. Salts basically neutral compounds होते हैं because it produced as a result of neutralization process. Although they do not compose of equal number of positive and negative ions, उन पे equal number नहीं होता negative और positive ions का, they have equal number of positive and negative charges, लेकिन उनके ऊपर equal number of positive और negative charges होते हैं. How we can prepare salts in laboratories? Salts may be water soluble or insoluble. So on the basis of their solubility and insolubility, we have some general methods of preparing salts. First of all, preparation of soluble salts. ऐसे salts जो soluble होते हैं पानी के अंदर, उनके लिहाज से उनकी preparation होती है. Soluble salts are often prepared in water. ज़्यादातर पानी के अंदर बनाए जाते हैं. They are recovered by evaporation. हम उसमें से फिर water को evaporate करके या crystallization के process से उस salts को produce करते हैं, हासिल करते हैं by the reaction. First of all, soluble salts are prepared by the reaction of an acid and a metal. Acid reacts with metal to form salt and hydrogen gas is released. Look at the 2HCl when reacts with Mg metal, it forms salt MgCl2 and hydrogen gas is released by the reaction of an acid and a base. This is the neutralization method. I told you earlier about this method. We have already studied in detail about this method. HCl reacts with the base NaOH to form NaCl and H2O. So this is very simple reaction. Salts are prepared by the reaction of an acid with metallic oxide. H2SO4 reacts with metallic oxide CuO to form salt CuSO4 and water is produced. Next, by the reaction of an acid and carbonate, dilute acid react with metallic carbonates Na2CO3 and as a result salt is produced which is 2NaNO3. As a result water and carbon dioxide is also released. Next we have the preparation of insoluble salts. In this method usually solutions of soluble salts are mixed. During the reaction, exchange of ionic radicals, for example metallic radicals exchange with acidic radicals take place to produce two new salts. One of the salts is insoluble and other one is soluble. So as a result of preparation of insoluble salts, the types of salts are produced. One is soluble in water and the other one is insoluble in water. The insoluble salt precipitates solidify in solution के अंदर solidify कर लेता है अपने आप को. Look at the example. AgNO3 reacts with NaCl to we will get AgCl and NaNO3. Na2CO3 reacts with CuSO4 to form CuCO3 Na2SO4. How are the salts named? Name the salts which are found when zinc metal reacts with the following acid: nitric acid, phosphoric acid, and acetic acid. How will you justify salts are neutral compounds? How many water of crystallization are present in CuSO4 and CaSO4? Name the type of reaction that takes place between an acid and a metal. All these answers are present in the above topics. Types of salts. We have different types of salts. For example, first of all, normal salts or neutral salts is salt that is formed by the total replacement of ionization of hydrogen ions of an acid by a positive metal ion or NH4 ions is called normal or neutral salt. ऐसे salt जो form करते हैं total replace करते हैं ionizable hydrogen ions को acid के किससे positive metal ion से या ammonium ion से. इस तरह के salts को we call it normal or neutral salt. Examples are HCl reacts with KOH to form KCl and H2O. H2SO4 reacts with ZNO. Zinc oxide and zinc sulfate is formed and water is released. Next we have the same examples. Next we have the acidic salts. These salts are formed by the partial replacement of replaceable hydrogen ions. So here partial replacement occurs of an acid by a positive metal ion. H2SO4 acid reacts with KOH to form KHSO4. This shows that this is the partial replacement of replaceable hydrogen ions. The partial reaction occurs and water is released. These salts turn blue litmus red. Acidic salts react with bases to form normal salts. Again, these acidic salts react with their components to form the normal salts. Here KHSO4 showing the partial replacement. So here it also again reacts with KOH to form K2SO4 and H2O, which is a normal salt. Basic salts are formed by the incomplete neutralization of polyhydroxy base by an acid. So basic salts which are formed due to incomplete neutralization. In these reactions, neutralization process will be incomplete. Look at AlOH3 plus HCl, AlOH2Cl plus H2O. This shows the incomplete neutralization. PbOH2 plus CH3COOH, PbOH CH3COO plus H2O. So it also shows the incomplete neutralization. These salts further react. यही salts जो हम incomplete neutralization को show कर रहे हैं दोबारा react करते हैं to form the normal salts. Look at this. AlOH2Cl again reacts with HCl and here normal salt is formed and also water is released. PbOH CH3COO, it also reacts again with CH3COOH to form the normal salt. Next we have the double salts. Double salts are formed by two normal salts when they are crystallized from a mixture of equimolar saturated solutions. The individual salt components retain their properties. So both salts will retain their properties separately. The anions and cations give their respective test. Mohr salts FeSO4, NH4,2SO4, 6H2O showing the double salts. So double salts are formed by the two normal salts. When the two normal salts are formed together and when they are crystallized from a mixture of equimolar saturated solutions, the double salts are formed. Last we have the mixed salts. Mixed salts contain more than one basic or acidic radicals. So those those salts which contain more than one basic or acid radical are called mixed salts. Bleaching powder is the best example of mixed salt. Next we have the complex salts. On dissociation provides a simple cation and complex anion or vice versa. Only the simple ions yields the characteristic test for cation or anion. For example, potassium ferrocyanide gives on ionization a simple cation K plus and complex anion. Look at this, this is complex. So those salts which give simple cation and complex anion are called complex salts. Next we have important topic that these are the uses of, this table is showing the uses of different salts. Sodium chloride is commonly used as table salt for cooking purposes. It also used for de-icing roads in winter. जब सर्दियाँ होती हैं ऐसे माउंटेन रीजन्स जहाँ पे स्नोफॉल होती है और आइस जम जाती है रोड्स पे, उसको डी आइसिंग करने के लिए कॉमन सॉल्ट को डाला जाता है ताकि उसमें से बर्फ़ पिघल जाए. It is also used in the sodium manufacture of sodium metal, caustic soda and washing soda की तैयारी में भी sodium chloride use होता है. Sodium carbonate Na2CO3 which is also called soda ash is used in the manufacture of glass, detergents, pulp and paper and other chemicals. Sodium carbonate is used as cleaning agent for domestic and commercial purposes and for softening the water. It is also used in the manufacture of caustic soda, NaOH, borax, glass, soap and paper. Sodium sulfate Na2SO4 is used in the manufacture of glass, paper and detergents. Sodium silicate is used in the manufacture of detergents, cleaning agents and adhesives. Sodium chloride is used for the manufacture of explosives, धमाका खेज मवाद के लिए, प्लास्टिक्स और अदर केमिकल्स के लिए यूज़ होता है. सोडियम टेट्राबोरेट इज़ यूज फॉर द मैन्युफैक्चर ऑफ हीट रेजिस्टेंट ग्लास. ऐसा ग्लास जो हीट को बर्दाश्त कर सके. ग्लेज इनेमल्स के लिए, लेदर इंडस्ट्री में सोकिंग एंड क्लीनिंग हाइट्स के लिए यूज़ किया जाता है, इनकी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में यूज़ होता है. Next we have sodium chloride. It is used for de-icing roads, freezing agents. Sodium calcium oxide, it is used as drying agents for glasses and alcohol, steel making, water treatment. Calcium sulfate is used and gypsum is used as fertilizers and in the preparation of plaster of Paris. Potassium nitrate is used as fertilizer and in the manufacture of a glass. Next we have the neutralization reaction. I told you earlier 2 times that when acid reacts with base they form salt and water. HCl, NaOH, this is acid, base react to form acid and salt and water. This is called the neutralization reaction. Here we have some interesting fact. We can preserve our food with the help of some chemicals. Food spoiling may be due to microbial actions or chemical reactions, so preservatives serve as either antimicrobial or antioxidant or both. Manufacture add preservatives mostly to prevent spoiling due to transportation and storage of foods. Acid rain is formed by dissolving acidic air pollutants like oxides of sulfur and nitrogen in the rainwater. As a result, pH of the rainwater decreases. So here we have the summary. This conceptual diagram shows the whole chapter, the Arrhenius concept, Bronsted-Lewis concept, then Lewis concept, then a formation of salts. Here we have the types of salt. This is all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.